The Book of Psalms contains some of the world's most powerful prayers that are read in many religious institutions throughout the world. The Psalms, the Tehillim, contain every possible emotion: love, joy, fear, despair, loss, anger, hope. There have been countless editions over the years, hundreds of different translations, and now it's my pleasure to introduce you to a brand new edition. My name is Marcus Freed, and it's my honor to introduce to you the illustrated Book of Psalms. It's a project which was created by Rabbi Yisrael Goldstein, and it's intended to inspire devotion, to provide connection to God, to uplift your life. You will be familiar with at least the most famous of the Psalms, Psalm 23, which begins in Hebrew, Mizmor David, Hashem roi lo echsar. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. One of the things which makes this project so beautiful is that there are 150 specially commissioned pieces of art that appear in the book. The Book of Psalms has 150 different psalms, and Rabbi Goldstein's idea was to connect with 150 different artists in Israel to commission a particular painting that would connect to a psalm. So what happened was, each of these artists was given a different one of the psalms. They were encouraged to connect with it, to find what inspired them, what inspired their soul. They had a contract, so they were asked not to do any painting or any work, either on Shabbat, the Sabbath, or on Yom Tov, on the holy days. And as a result, what's happened is they have created some really truly beautiful and memorable pieces. These are visual, stunning pieces of artwork which uplift the words, uplift the Hebrew, uplift the English, and really uplift the whole experience of reading and praying through this Book of Psalms. Now, there has been a special translation, there's been a special font which has been created, there's been a special leather cover which was designed out of Italian leather from the Israeli artist Yosef Kapilian. The paper itself has been presented and really prepared in a way that is going to last longer than the majority of other books. It's deliberately designed so it will last through the generations. There was a detailed process to commission all of the artwork. Professor Mendelssohn at Bar-Ilan University oversaw the committee which really gathered in each of these different artworks. He and his team brought together the finest pieces of art they could, and this really expresses the words that King David wrote in the Book of Psalms. He writes, "Let all of my bones say, God, who is like you." And literally they put their heart, their body and their soul into this project. One of my favorite Psalms is number 37. I'd like to share with you a couple of lines from it. "Trust in the Lord and do good, so you shall dwell in the land and enjoy security. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth your righteousness like the light, and your judgment like the noonday, an abundance of peace indeed." Rabbi Goldstein comes from a succession of rabbis, and his great-grandfather published a scholarly work, a commentary on the Book of Psalms. Rabbi Goldstein feels that this beautiful edition which he's able to publish and able to bring to you is really a continuation of the work of his great-grandfather. Countless generations have read from these Psalms, have really turned to the Book of Psalms at times of need, at times of hope, at times of joy, at times of despair. And this really is a powerful experience. I've looked through the book myself, I've read it, I've prayed from it, and I would love to have an edition. I would love to have a copy of this book myself, but here's the catch. There are only 613 copies of the full-size version of the book, and every single one of them is signed by every single one of the artists. So if you turn to a particular page, that artist has his signature at the bottom. You're not just getting a Book of Psalms, you're not just getting a beautiful piece for your coffee table, you're getting a museum piece which you can bring into your own home. But here's the catch. There are only 613 copies of the limited edition. The full-size version of the book has got 613 printed because every single one of these books has been signed by every single one of the artists. That's right, 150 paintings, 150 psalms, and 150 signatures from each of these artists who were commissioned and inspired by the works. Now the good news is there are 2 smaller editions of this especially available for you. They're print versions, so they're not signed, but they still have the option to get a dedication page printed especially for you, and it's a way that you can connect with this work. However, if you want to experience one of these 613 originally signed versions, like having a museum in your own house, a unique connection to these books, get in touch quickly, and all of the details are below. I'm Marcus Fried. Do have a look at this beautiful illustrated book of Psalms. May all of your prayers be answered for the good. Thank you for watching. Shalom, and see you again.